Yo, what it do, what it does. My name is Shemukia. This is Pulse Live Kenya. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Celeb 254. And this Friday, we have a gentleman who I'm going to let introduce himself because I like how he says it.
Okay, mi naitwa Ayrosh, Mr. Karike Imani, Mr. Rehebe, Sosiode, etc. Yeah.
All right. Sasa, have people been giving you those beshas? Has people been giving you that money?
Yeah, man, you should come to my shows, bana. Iko inakuwaga ni kama movie. I usually have like these days I put a itakote hii basket kiondo hapo hivyo mbele juu ya ndio tusipe nini cleaners kazi mingi ya kushinda wakifagia hiyo kakitu kirushwa stage unajua
wayeke tu direct hapo
wayeke tu hapo hivyo direct ndio tuweze kusort vizuri.
All right. Okay, so guys, by the way, if you already tuned in, thank you so much. Faye De Cool, hello. Bella Linda, hello. If you have any questions for Ayrosh, kama kuna kitu unataka kuuliza, this is your chance. We are live with him, you know. So let me just jump right into it. And just for the people out there who might not be aware, I know you've answered this question a lot of times, but like, ile music ufanya, unaweza describe aje?
Siku hizi juu nimejua kizungu. Siku hizi naitaga contemporary folk. Contemporary. Unajua maartists is confused. So contemporary folk. Before ilikuwa tu, but it's a fusion of mugithi vibes na zile ma genres zenye zingine zenye musikiza. Kama a bit of reggae, a bit of afro soul, a bit of kitambo nilikuwa napenda blues sana, afro jazz. So ni like it's just mchanganyiko. That's why zingine I just term it as folk fusion.
As folk fusion.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa unapenda blues? Were you sad? Were you having one of those times where you were going through some stuff?
No. It's just really good music.
It's really good music.
Yeah, unajua muziki inatoka huko like muziki inatoka kwa what can I say?
From the soul.
For example, from the soul. Like these blues guys, the music comes from ile time they were going through slavery, unapata. So the songs were written from a point of yani iko na hiyo kitu yenye nimeshindwa kupata hiyo jina. Iko na life, iko na reality. Wanaimba what they are going through. And you can feel that whatever that pain or that hope or for a better future in the tones, in their voices and how they play your music.
So do you think like in general, not for all music, but do you think like negative emotions can like make you make better music?
Well, yeah. Negative not say.
Like yani unaweza kuwa ukiwa sad utaandika a deep poem.
Yeah.
Ukiwa na go through. Sasa unajua alikuwa na go through a lot, yenyewe alikuwa na stress,
True. I think I agree with you. I think emotions are all emotions. Yeah?
All emotions,
good or bad, are valid, yeah, and they should be taken seriously. So if your music is honest, like kama ile song unaandika ni honest, if you're truly angry, for me, anger is the purest form of emotion you can ever find out. So if you're truly angry and you manage to express that in a song, you'll find that people are going to really they're going to identify with it because even them they can feel that anger. If you're happy and it's true and it's coming out in the song, pia what I feel
too. Okay, so now yo when you're mixing hiyo mugithi and everything, so a lot of your music is either in Kikuyu ama ina involve Kikuyu, si ndio? How did you find yourself in that space where you were like, I want to take this mugithi music, I want to mix it with this other music and I want to make this thing? Ulifikaje hiyo point?
Ni kwa sababu kuna story mazee you can't translate. Kuna kitu mazee huwezi translate. Kama mtu akuite, unapataga dem yako akuite pumpkin. Sijui kama hivyo ndio mnaitanaga.
Labda mnaweza tuambia zile pet name mko nazo nyinyi.
Unaweza pata unaitaga hey pumpkin k. Alafu the same lady akuja kuita malenge. That's one chick.
Okay.
You get what I mean? So and there's no way unaweza itwa malenge in a nice way. Hata isemwe aje. Ukiitwa malenge,
umeitwa malenge, hakuna two ways about it.
Yeah, so there's stories you can't really translate into English. And remember, we are Africans. And African languages, for me, I feel they are beautiful languages. Like hizo sounds tunamekigi tukiongea peke yake. Even before we make music, I feel like it's something to be proud of and it's something to promote and needs to be promoted. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So like, kwanza we have a question here from the audience.
Wanasema
kuna madam anaitwa Christine Edwina. you know, you've mentioned your story, my nickname, my pet name. Her question is, anataka kujua kama uko single. Otherwise, her she's tuned in, she's watching.
Kwa mtandao nakuwaga single. Nikiulizwa in public nakuwaga single mbaya. So niko single kuruka. Si unacheki niko solo. Ona mwenye niko mzee.
Uko plural?
Azizi.
Aya. Mtu mwingine ameuliza kama uko ready to mingle.
It depends. Hebu nione tukifanya nakaa.
Sasa shida ni msee anaitwa Kevin. Lakini I think ilikuwa too general question. Ilikuwa too general question. Okay, so now in terms of like, you know, music, this still kind of, you know, early in the year, but how was your 2020 ilikuwaje kwa?
I'm not talking about 2020.
You're not talking about 2020.
Actually, I'm not umeniangusha bana.
Alright, let me go to the question.
It's the year that shall not be spoken.
That shall not be spoken about. But I wanted to bring up something that you worked on last year, which is the Fire EP.
Yes.
Which is, you know, as the name says, is fire.
Yeah.
4 tracks na nataka tu kujua because I also watched the music videos.
Yeah.
Na hizo ngoma tu, as in, it's a really amazing, you know, EP, you should listen to it. But what was like the story behind your EP? Because unajua ukiwatch pia video, it's like it's not exact. There's like a story. There's something happening.
Yeah.
So what was the story behind the Fire EP?
So actually, yes, the EP came about in a very random way. So me and my friend called DJ Mura, he's a producer. He's the one who produces all those songs. Tulikuwa studio tunawork on some other things. Alafu mimi nikamshow nataka kufanya niko na ngoma fulani nataka kufanya R&B vibes. Ama hizo itago hi-fi ama R&B soul if you want to be specific. Kitu kama R&B whatever. So I love you nile time kulikuwa na njeve. If you remember correctly around October. Kulikuwa kunanyesha daily alafu kuna njeve mbaya. So watu ilikuwa ile baby making weather. So sisi tukao hivyo tunasema mtoto andike ngoma. So tukaandika hiyo ngoma inaitwa Kiroko. Tukasikiza tukasema yenyewe hizi ndio ngoma watu wanahitaji. So the idea was to do the songs so as quickly as possible and release them for that period of time. Because wase wako indoors wako wana cuddle sana. Ni kweli walikuwa wana cuddle sana.
Ni kweli.
It's the truth. So that was the idea. The idea was to write some nice you know, naughty songs. Okay, not vulgar but nice lovey-dovey naughty songs for, you know, for when you're chilling in the house with your partner. Watu single shida yao. Wako na mangoma zao.
Okay.
So that was the story behind it. It was a story of like unaitwa na dem kwake Friday ama anakuja kwako Friday. Anatoka Sunday jioni.
That's not what Kiroko is about.
Kiroko is let me live in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So we have someone here in the audience who said anxiously waiting to hear some of his stuff. Mshoa turushie lyrics zake kiasi tusikize. Would you like to hit an acapella of one of your songs a bit? Because there's someone here who said uyo ni nani, just so he can realize who we're with. Alright.
Goku muthe kinya umethate wenda tucokere riki. Oh yeah. Ne owe wega onawe ni uranyenda. Na korwo ne thiri dire muhahe dire mudogwera. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's from which song?
That's from Kiroko.
Lekenyume
Kiroko dinasara lekenyume Kiroko. Any.
All right.
Straight from Fire. And let me do a shameless plug. Available on all streaming platforms. Whether unasikizaga na Boomplay, unasikizaga na Spotify. Whether any cool guys kama unasikizaga na Apple Music.
Oh, Spotify kwanza ndio cool kids bude. Unajua Spotify hata wakuangi wenyewe kuna Spotify hata mimi sijui venye usopata Spotify.
Exactly. Unaweza kuwa cool kid lakini you can't access it. So mimi nimeshafikiria hiyo kitu. Haya, sasa. So your Fire EP, have you had a chance to perform it in front of an audience, large or small? Unfortunately not. I've only been able to perform one song, which is the Fire song. But we're in the process of doing a live recording of the EP for after Valentine's. So that will be something to look forward to.
After Valentine's, not just before Valentine's?
Stockholm Men's Conference.
Yeah, Stockholm Men's Conference. By the way, unajua muhimu.
Busy. So after.
You have to deal with some things hapa, you know. Okay, so in general, as a performer, as an artist, do you prefer a large crowd or do you prefer more intimate small gigs?
To be honest, I like all of them.
You like all of them?
Large crowds in tunachezaga mziki ya boom twaf nini, you know, a lot of high energy performances. Those are usually very fun because we get to drink and have a good time. Smaller crowds now, the advantage of also dealing with smaller crowds, you can do a bit more intimate jams. Jams ziko quiet, unaweza ongea na wasee, mnaweza vibe. Hiyo ndio beauty ya intimate crowds. So me napenda, I like in spectrum. Like I'm happy with both. The only thing I don't like is no crowds. Now that is unfortunate.
So that's unfortunate. Yeah. But like now when you're doing your live recording, that's basically gonna be you performing to no crowd.
Imagine.
Okay.
When unajihype na bado wewe ndio unapiga sherehe.
So ikifika like point, or have you ever or do you ever want to perform at like a mugithi kind of event? Ile event yani kila mseni artist wa mugithi type of, you know, akina Masamido, those guys. Have you performed at such an event or would you like to?
Hizo ni mashow tumepiga. Tulianza kucheza Rwaka. Cheza mugithi, proper mugithi. Cheza Thika Road, hizo ma clubs ziko Thika Road hizo. Mugithi, I actually play mugithi, actual mugithi
music. And
it's just that I fuse it a little bit. I've played at Mugithi Festival, I think the first one. I've played at many other shows. I organize my own show called Folk Fusion, where a big chunk of my set is usually mugithi. Okay. So mugithi, na pia it is yet to release too some collabos with some of these mugithi artists that you guys like.
For example, teaser.
Tumekuwa tukiongea tufanya na uja maitwa Salim Young, but tujaifanya bado, and some other guys as well. Yeah. Lakini Karebi, hizi ngoma
zinakuwa. Okay, all right. Alafu sasa, what does your, you know, as the artist I'd like to believe you're familiar with your audience.
Yeah.
But like, cause your music is so diverse, you know, kuna mugithi nini, audience yako inakaaje? Like, what is your audience? How does your audience look like?
Unataka nikupatie demographics zenye mimi pia ma corporate ama nikwambie vitu venye kwa ground.
Venye iko kwa ground.
Well, so venye iko kwa ground ni ati a lot of young people in Nairobi wanataka ku get in touch with their roots. I don't think they are necessarily traditional people, but they just want to feel connected to their roots. So that's my audience. So what I've noticed is vijana wako wanaenda kumaliza kole, wameanza jobs, young between like 20 to 35, guys when wako in a journey of self-discovery. I've noticed those are my audience.
That's your
guys
audience.
who want to be identified as Africans, and who want to be identified with African things. Watu wenye wanavaa hizi vitu za, you know, exactly. Okay. So not really traditional, but really in touch. Really, they want to get in touch with who they really are as Africans.
Okay.
Unafanya niongea kizungu mingi, man.
Wendo unge explain venye unasikia tu, you know. But also obviously na madem pia, you know, demographic yako pia ni madem.
Hiyo ndio spell kwa gemejam. Yes. So it should one day, I think we should come to my shows and then just pande tu stage kidogo one.
Angalie tu.
Inakuaga an interesting sight to see. Beautiful people everywhere.
All right. So uli grow up wapi? Did you grow up in Nairobi?
In my early childhood nilikuwa Ocha. Huko ilikuwa Maragua. Alafu then I came back around nikiwa class kitu 6 7 hapo nikarudi Nairobi. Then I went to AQ, then I went to KU. So ni kama nime half.
Nime half too. So Kikuyu ulilania mtaani ama just around where you were going to school?
Huko tu Ocha tu.
Sasa
unajua sasa lazima ulearn.
Lazima ulearn tu na otherwise.
Sasa ndio inapotea juu wale watu na hang out nao ni useless.
Hata tulikuwa tunaenda kusema cool kid.
Ni cool kid lakini ni wa useless. Hawaelewi hiyo language. So mtu akuongea na yeye inakuwa ngumu.
Yeah. Okay, so we have someone called Wanjiku Meru who says I love Mugithi music. Now, is Mugithi a song you can sing in a cappella mtu ashikanisha ni Mugithi? Umuimbie kidogo asikie.
So unajua Mugithi is like a genre. So it's a whole
lakini unaweza tutolea Mugithiness without your instruments.
So like I would say like maybe I can sing like one like an example of what Mugithi Wewe hujasikiza mugithi wewe?
Najua mugithi of course, nasema kuna mtu hapa anasema she loves mugithi, so I want you to sing for her mugithi song. She's called Wanjiku Mary.
Maybe just one of my favorite ones is Joketa ngeoragereria ikwa nyina wa gathoni kairetu kairo gaceke na njurita ya forana nekio nyumire cubukia ugwetindo nyonererie, something like that.
All right. Okay, so actually let me read for you something someone in the comments said. They said, so true, millennials in Kenya want to get in touch with and be identified as African. So ni mtu anashikanisha Kenya nasema.
I agree.
The same, kuna mtu mwingine anasema your demographic sounds very encouraging.
It's I'm really blessed to have such a cool demographic that comes to my shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me move on to some. I have like 3 other few questions, and we're gonna do a quick fire thing. Okay, so now
niko ready.
Here utajibu true or false, indio?
Yes.
True or false? Ayrosh started music to impress girls.
Yeah, true.
Of
course. Why do you think tulikuwa tunabebana guitar shule throughout?
True.
That time it used to work. These days wanakuwa na guitar kola bro.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, seen that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. True or false? You are part of the Sauti Sol Academy.
The
Sauti Academy, sorry.
Yes.
Sauti Academy.
That's true. I was in Sauti Academy.
Yeah. Is there anyone who you were with who's also famous now?
Everyone I was there with is famous.
Daro yako ilikuwa nakaje, like wale solid.
Oh, daro yangu.
Yeah, like ile group ulikam nayo.
Ile group nilikam nayo, I think one of the who's famous? I'd say DJ Paps, but he's famous in his own circles. Mm-hmm. Stacy Kamatu. Mm-hmm. You know, she's doing good. Mm-hmm. But the class in front of me has the band. Mm-hmm. I think the class before that has Fena, I think, if I'm not wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the class. Yeah, those are the ones I can remember.
What's some important stuff you feel like you learned having gone through your experience?
You know, school gives you confidence, you know. Mm-hmm. Gives you confidence to do biashara, music business, experience. You meet other artists, so you share a lot. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I think that Sauti Academy gave me was a network of mkotuma musicians wengi mnafanya the same things, you're trying to make it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, my final question before I do the other thing is, so now let me ask you, this is 2021, this is 2022, it's an election year. Let's say something happens, you're approached by like Jubilee because wanapenda kufanya hiyo kitu ya kuget artist. Mwenye pia anafanyanga hizi music za mugithi, Kikuyu music, kuwafanyia ngoma. If they approached you to do the next campaign song, would you secure that bag?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because let me ask you, the water they drink in those campaigns, for example, somebody supplies that. Mm-hmm. The truck they use to do those campaigns, what they call roadshow trucks. Mm-hmm. Somebody supplies that. Mm-hmm. So why should I feel a type of way about supplying entertainment? Uh-huh. So sometimes it's good to separate business from your own personal ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless now it goes against my values.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really dope. All right. So, do you have anything you'd like to tell your fans? Do you have anything you'd like the people watching to know before we wrap this up?
I don't have much to say. Labda tu niseme thank you for your continued support. If you don't know where to find me, if you're just being introduced to me right now, you can check me out on social media. That's Ayrosh. And then and check out my music online. Okay. Ayrosh on whatever platform you listen your music to, I'm pretty sure niko hapo.
Okay. Meskia from Boomplay all the way to Spotify, he's got you guys covered.
Yeah.
I want to say a big thank you for all of you guys who tuned in today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't catch this thing from the beginning and there's still some stuff you want to know, you can always watch it again once it's over. So keep it locked. But anyway, my name is Shem Wikia. This has been Pulse Live Kenya.
I'm Ayrosh.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.